Hello there and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm the RNGenius, but you may call me Eric, and in the last episode we finished up our business in Legram. We, read through yet another Red Moon Rose chapter, and now we're gonna be on our way to Garrelia Fortress. Let's... We still seem to have a little time before the next train leaves. What shall we do? It might be best to just wait in the station until the train arrives. Sure. Yeah, let's go inside. We need to buy our tickets for the trip to Garrelia Fortress, too. Hey, users! Wanna buy me some snacks? Buy your own food. Lively as ever, I see. Let's head in, then. Cat. Cat. It's a floating cat. Goodbye, Legram. The most lush greenery in all of history. Goodbye. I will miss you. I will in fact miss you. I could see the castle for a second there. Wait, it's gone now. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. It was one thing after another from the moment we walked through that door. What are you looking at me for? Never mind. That was pretty great. Do you have this much fun on all your field studies? I just wish it was a little longer. Those 2 days went by so quickly. Well, the field study isn't over. We're on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. It looks like I must say farewell to Legram once again for the time being. I wasn't expecting to, but I can't help but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It was a really welcoming place. I didn't ever get the sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. It seems like a place that we nobles could learn much from. I'd definitely like to visit again in the future. It would be great to bring Fee and the others next time, too. You're all more than welcome in Legram any time. I can only hope I'll continue to learn and grow between now and when I next return. After leaving Legram, we changed trains at Boreahard Station and rode the Kreuzen main line north, heading towards Seldik. Or St. Vi County. Ah. So, county is actually... No, I didn't make that connection. Alright, let's go over our schedule again. We're currently en route to Seldik, where we'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Garrelia Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Garrelia Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. It's sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Calvert Republic. I've heard it's ludicrously gigantic, almost an icon of military excess. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military-excised ground on the premises. Weren't those the weapon that Gwyn said he regretted constructing? Yeah, they are these 2 massive orbital cannons pointed toward the east at Calvert. Or more specifically, they are aimed at the buffer zone between us and the Crossbell State. They are pretty crazy, yeah. It's like you're looking at a mountain of iron, and I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. Wait. You've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yeah, Gramps took Claire, Lecter, and me to see them this one time. These are the mightiest weapons wrought by the hands of a man since the Great Collapse. I want you to consider what it means that such weapons have been placed here. Well, something like that anyway. to consider what it means? He has a flair for the dramatic, I'll give him that. Come to think of it, today's the day, isn't it? The day that the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossbell with Prince Oliver. Guess the trade conference kinda snuck up on us, huh? I think that's where Lecter's going too. I wanna go to Crossbell! There's supposed to be this really famous theater group there, and they've got their huge theme park. They've got a huge theme park, right? That's what I've heard, though. That's what I've heard, though you probably know more about it than I do. Apparently, President Toa's going as part of the entourage to further her studies. Really? She never fails to impress. I hear she's been getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's the pride of the academy. $9:30 a.m. p.m. p.m. Why p.m.? Doesn't make any sense. Must be a.m. All passengers disembarking here in Seldik, please exit the platform via the bridge. I repeat, do not approach the road barriers on platform 1. And passengers wishing to travel on the Transcontinental Railroad, please wait on platform 2. What's going on here? All this security feels kind of ominous. It seems the railway military police is guarding the opposite platform. Yeah, I wonder if...
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
Claire.
Captain Claire!
It's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid. Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
Only Pat, I would have thought you hugged her. She really is attached to Captain Claire. Yeah, almost like sisters. Hard to believe both of them are Iron Bloods. At any rate, good day, everyone. Let me thank you again for your help during this recent crisis in Heimdall. Don't worry about it. We simply did our duty as citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? And what is this Eisengraf you mentioned? As an Iron Count, right? Yeah, you'll see what I mean soon enough. A special express train will momentarily be passing by platform 1. This train will be passing through at high speed, so travelers on the platform are advised to exercise caution. A special express train? It couldn't be... right on time. The Eisengraf, a train, huh? Yeah. There's Toa, and there's Prince Oliver. Chancellor Osbourne. What a cool effect, man. So that was the Eisengraf. Come to think of it, I've heard rumors of a special Crimson train. It's supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. I've been on it before, it's real fast! It's pretty fancy inside too! The Eisengraf, or the Iron Count in the common parlance, was so titled in honor of Chancellor Osbourne himself. Well, I do hear him called the Blood and Iron Chancellor all the time, so I can understand the iron part. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? He is indeed, however he was granted the title of Count by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. Supposedly that's what led to the train being given its name shortly thereafter. I see. I doubt he, of all people, sees any worth in titles or peerage. Rean? Yeah? Is something bothering you? Your attention seems elsewhere. Still feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glance at TloH and Prince Oliviert on the train as it passed by. Wow, I'm surprised you could even make them out. You must have a hawk's eyes to be able to see them when the Eisengraf whooshed by so quickly. Nah, it was probably just coincidence. It was more than just a glance, though. I could see them clearly in detail. What was that just now? Well, as long as you're not feeling unwell. We would like to thank all passengers for their cooperation with today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway service bound for Crossbell State, now arriving on Platform 2. Here it comes. Yeah, looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. It's one thing that Rean has the power to basically, like, slow his time, like his senses down in time, or be able to see what was happening there. It's a whole different thing that Chancellor Osbourne had the same skill. Intriguing. Group E. You're missing one guy. Hey, there they are! Rean, over here! Come on, we haven't got all day. We saved you some seats. Well, if you'll excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire! Of course, have a safe trip, everyone. Whoa, who's that classy looking babe? Gah! I should have just stayed on the train. We've received word from Squad 8. No unusual movements have been detected near the Twin Dragons Bridge. We've also received word from Squad 21. They reported all high-speed armored cars are in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until the Eisengraf is finished passing through. Once it reaches Crossbell City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure the Imperial Liberation Front will show themselves? They will. I'm certain of it. Seldic. In late summer. Please don't make me play Blade. Please. Please don't. I see. It sounds like Group A had quite an eventful couple of days, too. Yeah, though I find it kind of hard to believe you could have seen the ghost of Leanne Sandlot. That's ridiculous. Are you sure you weren't just hallucinating or something? You can think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear! Well, ghost or not, there was definitely someone there beside us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the affairs of the living, like where Toval and the Radiant Blade Master went. It sounds like Duke Kien is up to something too, and he's not someone we can afford to take lightly. We didn't run into anything like that in the URI Special Economic Zone, though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 88 years ago, is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seems like a pretty lively place. And the revenue generated from taxes there goes directly to the Imperial government's coffers. Instead of the pockets of the nobility, it's hardly a mystery why the reformists think so highly of it. Well, that aside, I'm a little concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Crossbell. Same goes for the Imperial Liberation Front. I've been awfully quiet since that show they put on last month. Now that you mention it, that does seem rather suspicious. Is that related somehow to why we're going to Garrelia Fortress? Well, it's not the main reason, but it's not entirely unrelated. I'll let you look forward to finding out all about it when we get to the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you have passed through Garrelia's fortress by train before? I see. Just us, huh? I can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. True. Why is that? Well, I've seen it in photographs at least. The camera can't really capture how ridiculous it is. Yep, it's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it just seems like it's trying way too hard. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? The gateway to the Empire and one of the largest military bases in the country. I look forward to the chance to see it in person then. Twin Dragons Bridge. Do 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 do. Crossbell State, quite small over there compared to Erebonia. The train carrying Class VII continued its ride on the transcontinental line, heading toward the east. They passed through the Twin Dragons Bridge, a quite some provincial army base, and several stations later, it was finally time to pass through Garrelia Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbell State. 11:20. No, it has to have been morning. So now it's 11:20 in the morning. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. The next stop is Garrelia Fortress. Garrelia Fortress. This train will stop for 5 minutes. Please be aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at this station. Be advised that all orbital photography is strictly prohibited within the fortress and is punishable by Imperial law. Any attempted unauthorized recording may result in the confiscation of your equipment or detention by the authorities. Wow, that was kind of... It sounded pretty severe for a train announcement. We are passing through a military facility. I don't think they're being unreasonable. Do you really think that's the issue here? I'm not sure having that be one of the first things foreign visitors here gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we're finally here. What in Idio's name is that? Eastern border, Garrelia Fortress. Yeah, this might be a little bigger than Hakengate. At the southern border of Erebonia, linking it to Liberl. Just a tiny bit bigger, huh? The scale is just... This is Garrelia Fortress? This entire place is built from iron and concrete? Just how much money has the army dumped into building all of this? Yep, that was about as entertaining as I'd hoped. Not that I'm surprised. I thought the same things when I first saw it. From the crossbell side, all you can see is a cliff, though. Yeah, but those two railway guns still poke out through it. Hey, instructor. What did you bring us out here to show us? What else? We're here so you can see the true essence of what makes an army. What compromises the military strength and forms its foundation. And what other place is the Empire? What other place in the Empire has that on display as clearly as here? Plus an ulterior motive, of course. Who are they? Engineers and tradesmen, mostly. You'll see a lot of them around here. Keeping a fortress this size up and running is a full-time job for more than just the military's people. So it seems. It's almost like its own town here. On the other side of this fortress, it's more or less like a straight shot to Crossbell City, right? To think that such a bustling center of trade is so close to a massive military facility like this? Yeah, Crossbell City is only about 30 minutes away by train. From the top of the fortress, you can even see the skyscraper where the trade conference is going to take place.
I see you've arrived.
Hey, Neidhart.
Oh. Instructor Neidhart!
Good morning, Major Neidhart. Instructor Valestein of Thors Military Academy, homeroom teacher for Class VII. Reporting the arrival of myself and all students in my care.
Acknowledging your arrival at 11:30 hours. Welcome to Garrelia Fortress. In addition to my teaching duties at the Academy, I hold the rank of Major in the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I'll be acting as your guide, as well as your instructor for special lectures during your time here at the fortress. Now, if you'll follow me...
Did you just sigh? Now, if you'll follow me... What's with this stupid music now? You give me epic music and then you give me... It just doesn't fit right. Just not... I mean, okay? Well, we have to wait music. It's not like it's stupid, but still, doesn't fit the atmosphere. It's just not like I was expecting it to be. Including today, you have 2 days remaining in this month's field study. However, we won't be assigning you any tasks during that time. Instead, you'll be participating in a series of special lectures and a field trip. A field trip? Here. So, what exactly does that entail, instructor? At 1400 hours today, a joint military exercise will be taking place at Garrelia's proving ground. The 4th and 5th Armored Division will both be participating. And you will be observing it. We're gonna watch a military exercise? The 4th Armored Division, huh? The 4th Armored Division is led by none other than Elliot's dad, Lieutenant General Olaf Craig. By all accounts, it's one of the strongest armored division in the Imperial Army. And did you know our friend the Major here is their most promising young member? It is true. Moving on. As I said, you'll only be observing this exercise, not actively participating. I imagine that has some of you feeling rather relieved, doesn't it? It does sound like a pretty easy assignment after all. But we'll see how many of you feel the same after experiencing for yourself. That's all from me. It's currently It's currently 1150 hours. Lunch has been prepared for you in the mess hall. I'll advise you all to eat. Your field trip isn't something to be undertaken on an empty stomach. That looks like delicious lunch. Right. But you do get nice silverware to eat it with. So, this food... We have salty corned beef, and I think I'm getting a hint of peas from this soup. You could use this bread as a lethal projectile. I do think it wouldn't hurt to use a few more herbs or flavors in general. Calling this edible would be generous. I've heard plenty of rumors about the food they serve in the Imperial Army, but I wouldn't have guessed they'd all be true. Huh, I didn't think the food they served in the mess hall at Zendergate was all that bad, though. I don't think it would kill them to serve something a little more appetizing. This is the exact same thing they served when I came here with my class last year. Probably from the same batch too, by the look of it. Really brings back memories. I was pretty surprised the first time my dad brought me here to eat too. You guys really think it's that bad? Huh, it really brings back memories for me too. At least there's some cheese and apple this time. The food served in the army makes use of common ingredients that are easy to preserve and store. The ingredients used to make all the food on your trays can be easily stockpiled in large quantities. So even if a war were to break out, a meal like this could still be served without any trouble. So that explains it. I see. So the army serves simple foods all the time to avoid the decrease in morale from wartime rationing. Well, not all the time. However, one can think of this food as a philosophical statement from the continent's strongest army. In that sense, in the sense that it suggests that soldiers should live and work each day as though a war effort depends on them. Every day? So they should be just as tense during times of peace as during times of war. Well, it's a bit too much mind over matter idealism for my taste, but it's worth being aware of. And to throw a different perspective in the mix here, the food that the provincial armies serve is actually pretty good. Good enough that you can't help but wonder how they'd cope if an actual war were to ever break out. Well, it's not like serving good food means you have a crappy army. I hear our neighbors Liberl serves up some pretty tasty food in their army. Liberl's army is fairly elite, probably because the threat of being neighbors to the Empire keeps them tense. I feel a little conflicted hearing you say that. Well, these things are all about finding a good balance. Variety is the spice of life, you know. If you eat nothing but dull, bland food all the time, well, you know what they say. You are what you eat. I could do with fewer of your pithy remarks in my diet, Instructor Valestein. Anyway, as you heard, there's gonna be a military exercise at the Proving Ground at 2 in the afternoon today. It's 12:30 right now, so you have an hour to do whatever you like. They'll make an announcement half an hour before, so be sure to listen for it, to do whatever it tells you. Understood. So, when you say whatever we like, does that mean we can tour the fortress? Of course, you're welcome to roam around as long as you don't poke your nose into any restricted areas. So, go ahead and explore. There's plenty worth seeing here, like the command center. Now, if you're feeling a little tired from your field studies so far, you're welcome to rest in your rooms. It would be a shame to waste such a valuable opportunity. I suppose I should at least get a general overview of the fortress. Woohoo! Walking around a fortress. Cool stuff. But not right now. For the moment, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I'll see you in the next episode as well. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.